Did you know there is a mysterious book that was removed from the Bible, containing horrifying secrets that the church has remained silent about? The Book of Enoch is not just an ancient work. It opens the door to the dark and fascinating aspects of human history. From fallen angels to the birth of giants, this book reveals truths that no one dares to admit. Join us to uncover these secrets and find out why this book terrifies the world. Don't forget to hit the follow button so you won't miss any intriguing updates from us. Stay until the end of the video to uncover the most mysterious and sacred book in the entire spiritual history of humanity. Enoch, the seventh descendant of Adam and son of Jared, is a prominent figure in religious texts with a special role in human history. He is renowned not only for his lineage, but also for his significant contributions to the dissemination of knowledge and education. Enoch is the great-grandfather of Noah, who plays a crucial role in the story of the Great Flood. Genesis 5:21-24 describes Enoch as a man who walked with God and lived for 365 years, a modest number compared to the lifespan of other patriarchs before the flood, often exceeding 700 years. However, Enoch's uniqueness lies in the fact that he did not experience death like others. The Bible states, "He was no more because God took him." This story has become a symbol of absolute devotion and a profound relationship with God. Enoch is also considered a prophet, educator, and the initiator of writing and astrology. Church fathers such as Justin Martyr, Clement of Alexandria, and Tertullian wrote about him with reverence, emphasizing the significance of the Book of Enoch in Christian literature, even though it is not part of the official Bible. Enoch's extraordinary journey evokes the image of a man who lived with unwavering loyalty and strong faith in God. His story not only conveys a powerful message about dedication and faith, but also raises profound questions about the meaning of spiritual connection. The legend that Enoch was taken to heaven alive and became an angel demonstrates his unique relationship with God, opening possibilities of eternal life in the spiritual realm. Now let us delve deeper into the Book of Enoch, a controversial yet fascinating work, to uncover its stories, hidden wisdom, and the reasons it was excluded from the canonical Bible. The book consists of 5 fairly distinct main sections: the Book of Watchers, 1 Enoch 1-36, the Book of Parables of Enoch, 1 Enoch 37-71, the Astronomical Book, 1 Enoch 72-82, also known as the Book of Heavenly Luminaries or the Book of Stars, the Book of Dreams, 1 Enoch 83-90, also called the Book of Visions, and the Epistle of Enoch, 1 Enoch 91-108. Most scholars believe these 5 sections were originally independent works, composed at different times, later brought together through editorial arrangement to form what is now called 1st Enoch. This book was written around 300 BCE, describing the fall of the Watchers, or the guardian angels who fathered the Nephilim as mentioned in Genesis 6:1-4. These descriptions not only depict the corruption of angels, but also highlight the serious consequences for humanity, offering profound insights into the intersection of heaven and earth. The book begins with an introduction affirming that Enoch was a righteous man, and his eyes were opened by God so that he could see divine visions sent by the Holy One above. These experiences not only deepened his understanding of the spiritual world, but also highlighted his special role in delivering important messages from God to humanity. God showed Enoch his children, allowing him to hear everything and understand what he witnessed. However, the visions Enoch saw were not intended for the current generation, but for one yet to come. This underscores the significance of the messages Enoch received and reflects the continuity of history and God's plan for humanity. The book also reveals that God came to earth on Mount Sinai with his heavenly hosts to declare judgment upon humanity. It describes how everything was preordained by God and unfolded precisely at the time he chose. This appearance not only demonstrates God's power and majesty, but also emphasizes the importance of time in his grand plan for humanity, showing that every event is under his control. Sinners will face destruction, while the righteous and virtuous will continue to live in light, joy, and peace. The first part of the Book of Enoch narrates the dramatic interactions between the fallen angels and humankind, with Semjaza as their leading force. Along with 199 other fallen angels, they sinned by marrying the beautiful daughters of men and producing a generation of giants known as the Nephilim. Semjaza, their leader, expressed concern and said, "I fear that you will not keep your word, and I alone will bear the heavy punishment for this sin." However, all the other angels agreed and declared, "Let us all swear together and bind ourselves by a mutual oath so that none of us may retreat without completing this plan." Then all 200 angels swore an oath and bound themselves together by a shared promise. They descended to earth during the days of Jared, choosing Mount Hermon as their gathering place and naming it after their shared oath to solidify their commitment. These actions not only reflected their defiance against God, but also marked the beginning of the terrifying events they would later face. This led to the creation of the Nephilim, or giants as described in the book, towering at 300 cubits, who destroyed everything of human origin. Hell and chaos engulfed the earth. The book describes the corruption of humanity caused by the fallen angels, particularly Azul, who taught humans how to craft swords, knives, shields, and armor. He also instructed them in making bracelets, ornaments, and using antimony. This knowledge gave rise to numerous sins, leading humanity to depravity, lust, and corruption in every aspect. The intervention of the fallen angels eroded moral values and plunged humanity into chaos. Semjaza taught about enchantments and the removal of such enchantments, while Armaros provided solutions to counter them. Barakijal taught astrology, Kokabel the constellations, Ezekiel the knowledge of clouds, Arakiel the signs of the earth, Shamsiel the signs of the sun, and Sariel the courses of the moon. These teachings not only expanded human understanding of nature, but also resulted in severe consequences due to the fallen angels' interference in human life. Later, the angels Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel appealed to God to judge the inhabitants of the world and the fallen angels. Their appeal reflected not only their discontent with the wrongful actions, but also God's determination to bring justice to the sins committed on earth. God sent Uriel to warn Noah of the impending disaster and to instruct him on what to do. He said, "Go to Noah and speak to him on my behalf. Hide yourself and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the entire earth will be destroyed, and a great flood will come, eradicating everything upon it. Guide him so that he may be saved, and his offspring preserved for all generations of the world." God commanded Raphael to imprison Azazel, gave Gabriel instructions concerning the Nephilim, and ordered Michael to punish the fallen angels. These directives not only demonstrate God's supreme authority, but also emphasize the importance of maintaining order and justice in the universe. Chapters 37 to 71 of the Book of Enoch are referred to as the Book of Parables. In this section, scholarly debate focuses on the argument that the work is based on the Book of Watchers, serving as a supplement that presents the later development of ideas about the final judgment and the end times. These concepts not only concern the fate of the fallen angels, but also extend to the wicked kings of the world, showing the profound connection between divine justice and earthly power, while highlighting humanity's responsibility to strive for fairness and righteousness. Interestingly, the term Son of Man is not merely used to refer to a character, but is also attributed with grand titles such as the Righteous One, the Chosen One, and the Messiah. This figure is depicted as seated on a glorious throne during the final judgment, playing a key role in executing justice and bringing hope to humanity in the end times. These titles not only affirm his exalted status, but also reflect humanity's profound expectations of a savior. The use of the term Son of Man as a specific title in Hebrew scriptures originates from the Book of Enoch, and its usage may have influenced the understanding and adoption of this title by early Christians. It is believed that the Book of Parables, in its entirety, is a later addition. Highlighting similarities with the Sibylline oracles and other earlier works, in 1976, J.T. Millick dated the Book of Parables to the 3rd century. He argued that the events in the parables correlate with historical occurrences from 260 to 270 CE. Next is the Astronomical Book. This text contains 4 distinct parts discovered in Cumberland, featuring material absent from later versions of the Book of Enoch. This work provides detailed descriptions of celestial movements and profound insights into the cosmos, revealed to Enoch during his heavenly journeys, where he was guided by Uriel. This information not only reflects Enoch's great understanding, but also highlights the importance of astronomy in connecting humans with the grand laws of the universe. The book describes the solar calendar, a system of time later mentioned in the Book of Jubilees and adopted by the Dead Sea sect. The solar calendar not only provides a method for measuring time, but also demonstrates the connection between nature and religious rituals, emphasizing the significance of astronomical cycles in human spirituality. The solar year consists of 364 days, divided into 4 equal seasons, each lasting 91 days. This structure creates balance in the time cycle and reflects harmony in nature, helping people easily track and organize agricultural activities and religious ceremonies by season. Each season is structured into 3 equal months of 30 days, with an additional day added at the end of the 3rd month. Thus, the year comprises exactly 52 weeks, with every year and every season always beginning on a Wednesday, believed to correspond to the 4th day of creation in Genesis, when the lights in the sky, seasons, days, and years were established. This calculation is not only systematic, but also aligns with divine principles for determining time. The Book of Dreams contains visions of Israel's history from ancient times, which most scholars believe reflect the Maccabean revolt, occurring between 163 and 142 BCE. These depictions not only outline the historical context of the resistance against oppression, but also express the hope and desire for freedom of the people of Israel during difficult times. According to the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, this book is believed to have been written before the biblical Great Flood. It continues with visions and symbolic accounts of Israel's history, where animals represent humans and humans symbolize angels. One of the many hypotheses interpreting the meaning of these dreams is based on the works of R.H. Charles and G.H. Chaudet. White symbolizes moral purity. Black represents sin and the impurity of the fallen angels. Red signifies blood associated with martyrdom. The white bull represents Adam, the white heifer represents Eve, the red calf represents Abel, the black calf represents Cain, the white calf represents Seth. The white bull human represents Noah. The white bull represents Shem. The red bull represents Ham, Noah's son. The black bull represents Japheth. The Lord of the sheep represents God. The fallen star represents Samyaza or Azazel. The elephants represent the giants. The camels represent the Nephilim. The donkeys represent the Eliod. The sheep represent the faithful. The rams represent leaders. The cattle represent the tribes of Israel. The wild donkeys represent Ishmael and his descendants, including the Midianites. The wild boars represent Esau and his descendants, Edom and Amalek. The bears, hyenas, wolves in Ethiopian texts represent the Egyptians. The dogs represent the Philistines. The lions and tigers represent the Assyrians and Babylonians. The hyenas represent the Assyrians. The crows represent the Seleucids, Syrians. The kites represent the Ptolemies. The eagles may represent the Macedonians. The foxes represent the Ammonites and Moabites. This use of symbolism not only highlights the connection between the material and spiritual worlds, but also conveys profound messages about human nature and their place in the universe. Finally, the message of Enoch has been dated by scholars to around 170 BCE. The book is divided into 5 sections, each containing unique lessons and visions that underscore Enoch's importance in conveying divine messages and understanding the universe, humanity, and their interrelations. This division not only organizes the content, but also emphasizes the major themes throughout the work. The Apocalypse of Weeks, one of the sections, narrates the story of the world through a structure of 10 time periods called weeks. Of these, the first 7 weeks concern past events, while the last 3 weeks predict future occurrences. This structure not only systematically organizes history, but also reflects the importance of time in the divine plan, highlighting the connection between past, present, and future in religious thought. The climax of the story is reached in the 7th part of the 10th week, when a new paradise will emerge. At this point, there will be undefined weeks leading to a new era where all will live in goodness and peace. This imagery not only serves as a form of glorification, but also expresses hope for a brighter future where justice and goodness prevail, ushering in an era of peace for humanity. This encouragement is reflected in a brief list Enoch left for his son Methuselah, emphasizing the importance of pursuing righteousness. These teachings are not only instructive, but also serve as a natural bridge to the next section, the Epistle, 92:1 through 5, 93:11 through 105:2. Through it, Enoch not only imparts knowledge, but also inspires future generations in their quest for goodness and truth. The first part of the epistle describes God's wisdom and outlines the ultimate rewards for the righteous and punishment for the wicked. Here, Enoch clearly delineates 2 distinct paths, the path of righteousness and the path of injustice. These passages not only reflect the essence of choice, but also emphasized the importance of living by noble values, encouraging everyone to pursue justice and avoid evil temptations. Following this are 6 prophecies against sinners, underscoring the testimony of all creation and guaranteeing their fate after death. Next comes the account of Noah's birth, found in fragments of the Qumran texts, separated by a blank line, forming an appendix. This content describes the flood and Noah's angelic appearance, symbolizing hope and salvation for humanity during a dark era. After traversing the 5 sections of the book, one might wonder, why was this book banned despite containing such valuable historical insights about our origins? A primary reason lies in the issue of authorship. Although the Book of Enoch claims to have been written by Enoch himself, scholars and church leaders doubt this. Enoch is believed to have lived many generations before the Great Flood, an era predating writing systems. How could he record these events, especially with such intricate details? This uncertainty about its origins led church leaders to reject the book as part of the Bible, particularly since its content and provenance did not fully align with established doctrine. The content of the Book of Enoch also posed challenges. It contains strange and haunting imagery, fallen angels corrupting humanity, the appearance of the Nephilim, visions of judgment, and descriptions of heavenly realms rarely mentioned in other biblical texts. Could we speculate that these beings were extraterrestrial, and that Enoch communicated with one of the rulers of this society? Questions for which no one seeks answers. Early church leaders, in their efforts to safeguard the core message of the gospel, feared that Enoch's detailed accounts might cause confusion or fear among the faithful. Was the church's issue rooted in the fact that such detailed information frightened believers? Or could it be that some truths in this information were inconvenient for them? Theological consistency was also a critical factor. The Book of Enoch explores themes that do not align with the Bible's core doctrines. Detailed descriptions of the Watchers, fallen angels, and apocalyptic visions were seen as too divergent, potentially distorting the understanding of God and the nature of sin. For early church leaders, establishing a clear and unified canon was essential. Works needed to fit within the overarching narrative of redemption, prophecy, and Christ's teachings. However, Enoch's visions did not conform to this framework. As a result, the Book of Enoch was excluded from the Bible. What about you? What are your thoughts on this book? Do you have other theories about why it was banned? Or are there secrets about the book yet to be revealed? Share your opinions so we can discuss together. You can find more fascinating insights on our channel. Don't forget to support us by sharing this video and subscribing. May God protect and guide you always.